guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Diana Manovska, and I am a certified family law specialist practicing family law in the Bay Area. Today I would like to talk about what to expect when you show up at a hearing, whether you do it in person or via Zoom. So usually when we do it in person, I ask my clients to show up at least 10 to 15 minutes earlier to make sure they find the room, they settle down, they use the restroom so they're not huffing and puffing when they're showing up at the court hearing. So in person, we have, let's say, in San Francisco, 4-3, 4-4, and then in front of the door, we do have line numbers. So each case has a line number. And then we walk in, we check in with the bailiff and say, here's line number 1 appearing on behalf of the client, and the client is here, opposing side is also here they are behind me, and then the clerk and the bailiff checks us in. So then the judge knows how many people showed up and then calls either, the judge can decide whether it's by line number or by complexity of the case, or first court might ask for any cases that are asking for continuance so that they don't have to wait until the very end after 3 hours to say we actually need a continuance. Continuance meaning to postpone the hearing to another date. So if it's done via Zoom, it's obviously not done with line numbers because you wouldn't see the line numbers. So the clerk will see based on the name of the Zoom appearance who is appearing for whom, and then check it off. And then if the phone number doesn't correspond to a name and it just shows the phone number, the clerk will ask who is this and then assign a name. So pretty similar procedure except online. And then when the case is called and the court expects one of the both parties to testify, the clerk will stand up and say, please raise your right hand and state your name for the record, and then the client will be sworn in to testify under penalty of perjury and tell the truth, nothing but the truth, and then the client says yes. And so that's calling swearing in, and then they sit down, and when the court is asking questions, then it's under penalty of perjury. So typically the calendar is about 20 minutes long. Could be less, could be a little bit longer, depending on how busy the calendar is. And how if you're on Zoom, make sure that, and the court always says that, and so the points I'm making right now is something that I listened court was asking the participants to pay attention to. First, move to a quiet environment, meaning no children in the background running around or showing up, or in the car where people are passing by and screaming, dogs. Just very quiet environment with ideally solid background, so there is not much going on, or light is not going against behind you so that you're just a dark face. So the light should be coming from this side. Also speak slower than usual, because each courtroom has typically a court reporter, so they transcribe everything, and then when people get nervous they start talking very fast and the court has to interrupt. And when you have a thought and you want to say it and then the court says stop, people lose momentum. So in order to not lose momentum, if you're testifying, slow down, breathe, pause, and when you one more thing, if you speak someone's name, sometimes you would need to spell it out to make sure that the court reporter wrote it down correctly. Do not interrupt. It seems very obvious, but I notice even lawyers do that a lot of the times. So when opposing counsel speaks, I write down everything I disagree, and then when my turn is on, I speak. But I notice sometimes when the other lawyer speaks, or when I start speaking, the other lawyer starts interrupting at each point, and court doesn't like that, and reporters don't like that, because it's disrespectful, and B, they can't type when both parties are speaking at the same time. So make sure not to interrupt each other. And one thing I noticed, I did that at the beginning. I didn't hear what the judge was asking. I thought I knew, but so, and it happens at the beginning of a hearing, or when client is new to this world of court, or so when the judge is asking a question, listen, because a lot of the times the question is pretty straightforward and client or lawyer starts talking about something else. Notice that many times. So pay attention to the question and answer that particular question. Could be yes or no answer, could be asking for explanation to that particular topic. I hope that was helpful. I will see you soon. Bye.